As veterinarians, we're trained to heal, to comfort, to diagnose, but sometimes the enemy is invisible, molecular, delivered in a split second through a bite, sting, or spine. This is the world of envenomation. It's not just in exotic wildlife, it's in our clinics, our farms, even our homes. Venom is a biologically active substance injected through a specialized apparatus, like a fang, spine, or stinger. It acts quickly, often targeting nervous, muscular, and cardiovascular systems. Veterinary professionals understand the toxicodynamics and toxicokinetics of each venom type. Is it a neurotoxin affecting breathing, a cytotoxin causing massive tissue damage, or a coagulopathic venom that destroys blood vessels? They understand the clinical symptoms in animals, swelling, paralysis, hemorrhage, and so on. Common venomous encounters in veterinary medicine include, well, snakes. Snake envenomation is actually one of the most urgent veterinary emergencies worldwide. In dogs and livestock, bites often cause rapid swelling, necrosis, shock, and coagulopathies. Most of the time we don't even see the bite itself, just the symptoms like drooling, lameness, or respiratory distress. Next up, spiders and scorpions. Though it's rare, spiders like the brown recluse and widow spiders can cause systemic illness in pets, especially cats. And scorpions? They're definitely more dangerous to smaller species and neonates. Moving on, we have Hymenoptera, bees, wasps, and ants. These stings can trigger anaphylaxis in hypersensitive animals. Veterinarians always act fast here, making sure epinephrine, steroids, and airway management are all critical steps. Alright, so let's talk about marine envenomations. Coastal vets often see injuries from animals like stingrays, jellyfish, and sea urchins. These injuries can cause a lot of pain, lead to infection, and, in some cases, even result in cardiotoxicity. Envenomation in livestock and wildlife brings a whole different set of challenges. In livestock, it can mean economic loss, secondary infections, or unfortunately, death. Take horses, for example. They can develop compartment syndrome from snake bites in their limbs. Wild animals, on the other hand, often don't receive any treatment at all. As veterinarians, we have to balance care with ethics, conservation, and, well, what's actually feasible. Sometimes we step in and intervene. Other times, though, we just have to let nature take its course. So when it comes to diagnosis and treatment protocols, what's the very first step? Then, we move on to the ABCs, that's airway breathing and circulation management. Starting fluids, keeping an eye on vitals, and managing pain are often considered next. Diagnostics can include things like creatine kinase for muscle damage clotting panels such as PT and APTT, a complete blood count serum biochemistry and urinalysis to check for pigmenturia. Venom doesn't wait, and neither can we. Antivenom is really the only specific treatment, but honestly, it's not always available or affordable. Most of the time, supportive care is what we rely on. That means fluids, oxygen, pain relief, and antibiotics if needed. Antivenoms can be species-specific or polyvalent, but they're expensive, need careful storage, and there's always the risk of an allergic reaction. Unfortunately, many rural clinics in underserved areas just don't stock antivenom because of the cost or storage challenges. That's why preventive care, public awareness, and early intervention are so darn important. Zoonosis, environment, and the One Health concept, these are all deeply connected. Veterinary medicine doesn't operate in isolation. Snakebite alone actually causes up to 138,000 human deaths a year, mostly in low-resource regions. The One Health approach, connecting animal, human, and environmental health, is absolutely essential. Controlling venomous species, training rural clinicians, and educating pet owners, well, all of these efforts save lives. Education, prevention, and preparedness, these are the cornerstones. Prevention is really key. We educate clients to avoid letting pets roam in snake-prone areas, to use boot protection when working in livestock zones, and to carry emergency first aid kits that include fluids, epinephrine, pain medications, diphenhydramine, and antivenom if it's available. Envenomation is a natural threat, but it's not an unbeatable one. As veterinarians, we stand at the crossroads of science and compassion. We don't just treat the bite, we treat the body, the species, and sometimes even the ecosystem. Every case, honestly, teaches us more, and every life saved strengthens that special bond between animal and human. In nature, venom takes. In our hands, knowledge gives back. If you're a veterinary professional, a student, or just passionate about animal health, go ahead and subscribe for more.